It's Brice and Win with the challenge breakdown. It's Brice and Win with the challenge breakdown. It's Brice and Win with the challenge breakdown.
Welcome to the challenge breakdown. It is your
little Spanish on it.
See, I added a little Yamin to it. It is your boy Wendell Holland. I am from the show Survivor and some other things, some design and build shows. I am here with my right hand man, the one and only Mr. Perp himself, Brice Izyah. How we doing, sir?
Super excited. I have been practicing my math, my calculus. Okay, so I'm ready to go for this episode.
Okay. And I also am here with the one and only Joey Hatch, the most talented man we know. How we doing today, sir?
Doing very good. Working on, building bridges and climbing stuff. So I'm excited to get this going as well. You feel me?
Okay. Well, we have another awesome episode. Brice, we are recording live from the NO, baby.
Yes. Louisiana.
How you doing down here?
I am struggling. Louisiana has been nothing but amazing. Every night has been so much fun that has dragged on to the morning. And so the baby boy is struggling, but I am here because I love the challenge season 40. And baby, if Tokyo-ish was a person, then I might need you could call me an empanada.
What?
What is this analogy?
If Tokyo-ish was a person, you could call me an empanada.
No, if Tokyo-ish was a person, you could call me a papaya. Okay, because that's my new name. Because bananas got bananas, I got papaya. Okay, because listen, Johnny Bananas was on one this episode. And normally, I like to buck against the grain, but I might be knucking and bucking and ready to go on the side of Johnny this episode, okay? Because Johnny ate that up.
Now you're a Johnny fan.
I didn't say I was a fan. I'm just saying I call a thing a thing. If I see something I don't like, I'm gonna call it out. If I see something I like, I'm gonna call it in.
I am relating to Johnny this episode because I know how to push all the buttons in the world. So he was pushing everybody's buttons, and I'm like, ooh, that's me.
It was a lot because I feel like the playbook is the banana playbook, right? And so it's like he is the one that wrote the book. But now it's like you might need to get a publishing deal because I think it's time for you to write book number 2 because everyone is using the Johnny Bananas playbook and now you can't use your own playbook.
But we're also seeing Bananas evolve and a new iteration of Johnny where there was once a time when he could sit back and let his relationships and his allies carry him. And then there was a phase where, people are going at these Bananas and the Wesses and those people are going for them. And now he's at a phase where I think he's been through that long enough. Now he's like, all right, I got to alter my game a little bit. Now I need to start shooting shots and calling people out and standing on my own. I like this new version of Bananas. So yeah, he can write a sequel to the Bananas manual.
Yeah, I loved it. As I was just telling Brice, I'm a button presser. You know it. more than Brice knows it. So once I get in there and know what's about to make you mad or what I can do to get myself one up, it's over. You can forget about it.
Yeah. And when you do that, Joey, I get so mad at you. And my new tactic is I just go for the jugular.
Brice, you know what he says? Brice?
What is it?
I received that.
No, so okay. Sometimes when I don't even want to go back and forth with you, I'll just receive it. But other times I'll just go for the jugular. And I know what to say, and I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Just don't miss the exit, Joey. Okay, don't miss the exit.
You know what?
I ain't missing no exits.
He receives that.
This challenge was an interesting challenge this week, though. I felt like it was Tetris meets Nintendo meets pinball, the physical version.
They're getting more and more difficult, so I do appreciate the level. It's not like sometimes they'll start off difficult, then it'll go easy. It's kind of random. I think the challenges have progressed each episode and gotten more and more difficult. So I do appreciate that.
Yeah, this looking at this challenge, it looked awesome to watch. This is one of those that I would love to do. I would love it.
And it's interesting because as I was watching the episode, I don't know why I'm still thinking of the first half of this portion of the show, where if you are a target, no matter what, one of the targets will be going home. As I was watching the episode, I realized, like, wait a minute, if it is all of the Lady Elisiers and someone, a woman, is in last place, say it was Aviv, and she gets thrown in the target, then it's only one of the targets has to go in potentially. And there's a world where all of the ladies of leisure could stay in. I don't think that I came to that conclusion last week, but I figured that out. Did you guys know that this whole time?
Well, you looked over at me and said that while we were watching the episode. So then I was like, yes, well, if someone that is not a lady of leisure loses, then yeah, there's a world where they can come back. So yes, good observation. And I observed it too once you told me.
I'm dead.
Is that an observation?
At first.
Huh?
Is that an observation if somebody told you?
Yeah.
Okay.
He received it.
There we go.
I received that. That's peace.
I was again the episode started off nervous for Naya. Just in the beginning, I'm like, we getting a whole lot of Naya in the beginning, in the middle. I'm like, what's happening with my girl?
They had the couch scene with her and Michelle, and I'm like, or her and Olivia, I'm sorry. And I was just like, yeah, this is
night.
Something's adding up to be a calculus type problem that my man Kyborg would have to solve. But yeah, the writing was on the wall at the beginning of this episode.
I do have a question because, you know, with the challenge, they love to say, we randomly pick the order. I'd like to know how you randomly pick the order. But in instances like this, where going first, it either can be a huge advantage or it can be a disadvantage to you in a way, right? Where we see Bananas goes up. He does extremely well. However, followed by someone like a Kylan who seems to have been able to watch Bananas and be like, oh, okay, maybe I don't need to, as soon as I get up, I could jump over, get left, get low, bend over, shake a little ass.
Whoa. Whoa.
You can see Kylan computing it in his brain, like as Bananas going through it. It's like he's analyzing.
So thoughts when we get to this level in the game, should it be the other players shouldn't be able to see it?
I don't know if I like that so much.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Well, how did they determine the order? I'm sorry.
It was random.
It was random.
And Banana was he was under fire, so they were like, all right, Bananas, you're going first.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it becomes a disadvantage. And especially if it's random. That's why, you know, in the game of Survivor, sometimes they have the bag. You put your hand in the bag and you can pick a number. That's how we as the viewers know it's random, because little things like this, if they're not random, they really can cause a ripple effect in the game. I mean, however, it worked out for the good.
I think even though it wasn't a guy's day, TJ has implemented a rule. You know, if you do lose, if it's not your week, men or women, then you get a penalty. And we see Michelle get that penalty this week. She's happened to be 30 seconds tacked on to her final result. So,
yeah.
What that got to do with what I just said?
I'm just saying, bro. Like,
okay. So do you agree it's a disadvantage to go first?
No.
He does agree. He does agree that it's a disadvantage because you have the benefit of seeing whoever goes ahead of you and changing your strategy.
Is that a disadvantage? Go first, though? Like,
yes, it is.
You could kill it.
Yeah,
and Connie did.
But
yeah, but then somebody could kill it even better because they watched you.
Yeah. You have the benefit, and you also have the benefit of understanding how long it took that person and knowing how hard you got to go.
I'm just saying, I like it when they can watch it, but I'm just saying at this point in the game, maybe it's y'all sequester them each by each. We as the viewers can watch.
But at the end of the day, they're making a TV show, and
I mean, commentary from the other players, and you know,
exactly part of that is them watching and talking their ish.
Okay.
At the end of the day, they're not in the business of trying to make the ultimate fair show. Everyone, no, they're just trying to make a good TV show. So
I didn't see Corey at none of this challenge.
Oh, Brice did. Trust and believe. While we were downstairs in the hotel lobby watching it on his phone, Brice would take his hands and go like this up to the phone. Click, click. Like, yeah, you can't take screenshots today, you idiot.
But in my mind, I had to do it. But it was just interesting, right? We didn't see a lot of Corey, but I mean, when you the GOAT and you killing it, you don't need to see me. I'm out the drama. Just send my man to the final.
I mean, while we're on the Corey subject, he started to play the game politically this week. And I
been playing the game.
No, he hasn't, because you've been complaining like he need to do this and need to do that, and my man is that's what.
And what he doing now? And what is he doing now? Continue what you were saying.
Like Hatch said,
he's finally playing politically.
No, he's been playing politically. You just tuning in. Wake up.
He understood that. He understood, just like Bananas, like, yo, the women are the ones throwing guys in. So let me get in good with a girl over here. Let me talk with my man Nehemiah, see what we need to do over here. Wow. That's my dog. And then I'll link with whatever girl I need to attach myself to in this game to take me far.
Well, although I love my man and nobody else can slander him, your point is correct. However, it was kind of Rachel's idea that spearheaded it, and she made him play. And she was like, "Listen, I work with you if you can get me Nehemiah." And Corey was like, "Okay." Yeah. But listen,
but I mean, it helped him. You know what I'm saying? Or it's going to help him.
1,000%. And I think it is, what did Bananas call these people? The outliers, the rebounders. It is, this game is really, we have these major alliances. We've had the Vacation Alliance. We have the Johnny's Angels. We have the Ladies of Leisure, right? We have these big alliances. But all season, we've been seeing these people not really fit into these alliances, and their game has suffered early on. Nehemiah, Aviv, Cara Marie, and Corey. But now, as these alliances start to dissipate, as things begin to happen, these outliers are really kind of starting to be the glue that I feel like is going to be a winning team.
I mean, they've been the glue the whole time.
Right, but like, it's now their powers. You know, it's like Mighty Morphin Mutant Rangers.
Who?
Now they're mutant. Mighty Morphin Mutant. He just combined
and let alliteration.
That's what hello, y'all. I'm saying combine the Ninja Turtles and the Power Rangers, and what happens? You combine
He didn't even say Rangers. He said Mangers.
Where did they find Jesus?
Oh my God.
In the manger.
Okay, listen, think. You got to think. Y'all not thinking. But what I'm saying is, when the Mighty Morphin what's the Power Rangers?
The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but you said the Mighty Morphin Mutant Ranger.
Okay.
Rangers.
When our powers combined,
Captain Planet,
bro. What are you saying?
Earth, Rachel, Wind, Corey, Fire, Nehemiah. When we all come together, something finna shake and bake.
Bro, you just combined every 90s show and you put that on the challenge.
I don't know what you're talking about, Brice.
All right. So you're saying when these players come together, they have their superpowers? Is that what you're trying to say?
They are starting to form these people, these other players that haven't been so, as Joey would say, playing the game. Now they're starting to identify each other. And now, you know, Rachel, like, well, shoot, what's his name? Jason David? The one with the cowboy hat? Jordan's got Laurel, he's got Tori, Bananas got Laurel, he's got Aviva. All these people, like, they're crossing each other. But it's these other people that's like, well, shoot, this ain't a Tyler Perry movie, but two could play that game. And I'm trying to make something shake. And so I'm loving the way these people are coming together. And this Rachel, Nehemiah, Corey thing, I think is amazing, because Rachel's looking like she's going to the end.
Rachel's looking really good.
She does look really good.
Yeah, she's a beast, and it's almost like she laid low long enough, and then when it was time to strike and take out the vacation line, she did that, and now she's finding her perfect stride and making the right connections. Yeah, she's looking.
She had no choice but to strike because she was the only one left on her.
I was going to say, can you lay low when you're the only person of your era?
She was the only one
she had
left.
to do a whole challenge by herself.
Received.
There you go. There it is. There it is.
Okay.
I do like in the challenge, just little. I am an observer of things, and as soon as they start talking about how good somebody looks and start doing in this challenge, they either DQ or mess up. Like when they were like Aviv, Johnny was like, people were complaining that the steps were too small and this and that, and he was like, Aviv is 3 foot smaller than all y'all, and she's 100 pounds lighter, and she's flying through it. She's gonna kill it. She's gonna set the record. And then what happened? She messes right on up. Cara, they were kind of building her up, and then they played a little dinky music, and she DQs. And it's like, come on, man. So I do appreciate the laughability of some of these factions in the show.
And thinking of laughability, somebody, in my opinion, that is 7 foot tall, hazelnut chocolate skin, has a beautiful British accent. Okay, got a little tattoos. Looking like an African king. He sure don't really play like one. I was look like, what are you doing, Theo?
He might not like heights. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That might not be his strong suit.
Because I know I don't like heights.
Well, what is Theo's strong suits?
Running.
Put him in that hall brawl against anybody.
He's strong as hell.
Strong as what?
As hell. He don't know. He don't know.
Was that a funny one, Brice?
I don't know. It sounded funny. But in a turn of events, Kylan ends up winning, which is like, yes, we need this win. And it is Olivia. Now, although Olivia wins, it's almost like Olivia lost. Because
Jenny won,
I mean, Jenny. Like, yeah. Jenny won, but it's almost like Jenny lost because it's like, Jenny, girl, why are you making it seem like they threw you in? You now have the power to throw people in, and Jenny still want a cry me a river. Jenny,
I don't think she wants to cry a river, bro. I'm on the other side. I'll let you give your take, and then I'll give my take after.
Give me your take.
She's been treated like shit the entire show, so nobody looked out for her. Not Ladies of Leisure, not the Vacation Alliance. So the Ladies of Leisure, like, she wants to make a little joke here and there because everybody's making jokes on her, and it's like she can't even do it. Like, Michelle was like, "You can't do that," and one of my best friends are going home, and it's like, dog, you've been making fun of me this whole season, and what did I do? I went in there and came back. So, like, stop crying about it. And
they've been nominating her and all of that.
Oh, well, okay. Well, you said Corey just started playing the game with Rachel. Tell me when Jenny has played the game.
She's stronger than we've seen her go in and come back every time. She doesn't complain about it. I mean, she might complain about it.
No, she absolutely does complain about it.
What does she do? She goes in and wins and comes back.
She only had to go in once.
Pause.
And sometimes that's all you need to
twice.
She's been nominated.
Well, either way. They don't care about Jenny. They just throw her in. She is the scapegoat. Anything goes wrong, who cares? Throw Jenny in.
All I'm saying is I was feeling Michelle at that point in time when it's like, dog, we get it, but baby, we in a hot seat and this is Naya. You ain't got to take a shot at us, and we're on the same era and we were working together. We did our best.
Really?
However, I mean, they were working for the era. However, there is a hierarchy. And if you're not politicking, if you're not playing the game, if you're not making connections, maybe she needs to read the Josh Martinez book 101 because, that matters.
You realize you're saying exactly what I said about Corey. And now you're being hypocritical right now.
I'm not being hypocritical because Corey been playing the game. Corey's had alliances, and it's Corey. I could that's all I needed to hear right there. Okay. But Corey has had a relationship. Corey was done dirty by Josh. Like, Corey's been done dirty by people he's had long-standing relationships with. Jenny don't have no relationships, but that's also the point I'm using, is that you use it on Corey, I'm going to use it on Jenny.
I
receive it.
Receive it. I receive it.
So how about after the challenge when Bananas is on one?
So yeah, that's what I go back to saying. Like, he knows how to press his people's button. He's like, all right, I can control the game by dropping little nuggets of information to different people, and then I'm gonna just watch it form. And however it goes, and I'm not gonna stop it. That's how I perceive Johnny took that moment.
People been like, they've been elusive. They haven't said names. They've people are saying this and this and that. Johnny put some names on some bullets, and it was interesting to see, because like Jordan is usually one of the strongest competitors in the game. And he's always one of the strongest competitors in the game if he's in the season. And he's been kind of low. He's been chilling, kind of like, all right, I'm gonna ride it until I got to pause. And Johnny was like, you know what, Jordan, Nia isn't within your top, what, 4?
Well, before we even get there, we see that he was who was he arguing with? Olivia, because she keeps saying, the house consensus. She wasn't putting no names on bullets, and he was like, no, if you have the heart to tell me such and such, this and that, put the name on a bullet, so I can really go confront them. And she wasn't trying to do it. So that's why I think he took to himself. He was like, I guess, being a student of his own teaching. He was like, look, this is how you do this. I want to put names on bullets and then let people try to squirm to try to save themselves.
What's the saying? A hit dog will who?
Holler.
Holler.
Hit dog will holler.
Okay. When he said the Tory math wasn't mathing, bang, the way Tory jumped on up, he was like, how many guys are protecting Tory? How many?
I love that they do this when they're drinking too. So it just elevates it.
And then he's like, and how many guys can Tory actually protect? I was like, well, actually, you got a good point there. But then at the same time, how many ladies are in the Bananas Angels?
Yeah, but he has 4 different ladies that can protect him. 4.
Yeah, but what I'm saying to the math is, what he's saying is that, like, when it comes down to, you really can, given the circumstances, there's only but so many people that you can protect at a time. And so what's the hierarchy? Who's top priority to the bottom priority? And when we get into that, that's when he threw Nia up in there with Jordan. And
tops and bottoms, Brice. Relax.
You said who?
Let's be careful with tops and bottoms. I heard you use that a couple times.
Weeks.
I mean, I just was, ain't nothing wrong.
Okay.
Where on the hierarchy are you?
On what?
Okay.
And on the hierarchy, where are you on the list?
I'd be protected from either one of y'all, and I would protect both of y'all.
And the word is hierarchy.
You the top. You're at the top. Okay. I
didn't say that.
Continue on, gentlemen.
I'm just saying, it was just interesting because I didn't think about it like that, because I'm like, oh, well, it's smart to always align with the men if you're a lady, because they're going to protect you. But he was like, the math ain't mathing. And then when he's calling out the hierarchies, he's like, Nia, you're not even on Jordan's list. Now, I was cracking up when Jordan was like, whoa,
yeah,
wait. Now, how did I get in it?
It's funny because him and Corey were sitting on the couch together, and they were both laughing and joking. As soon as he said Jordan's name, Jordan was like,
who was Jordan sitting on the couch with, Joey?
Chill. I hope you don't got the screenshot. Yeah. I hope you don't got the screenshot.
Oh man. Yeah, so that was a great that was great television. Yeah. Like watching the GOAT stir things up, because that's his best move at the time.
What was even the best part of that was the next morning or afternoon when it's like, hey, Bananas,
are you sure?
what you were saying yesterday, how true was that? Okay, but it was like,
Was it really
absolutely right.
But I mean, he was able to break it down and to like say how true it was. I forget who he was talking to in the room, but they were just like, they all kind of like, man, I guess he really does have a point. Like, you can't really protect all the people that you want to protect. You need multiple people to protect multiple people.
I like Naya. And this is like one of the first seasons I'm actually getting to watch her play, but I do question blind loyalty to anybody. And even in this episode, she was like, I know we haven't really talked a lot, but like, I'm blindly trusting you. Baby, you got to get active. I don't care if I'm blind. Ain't no blind loyalty over here.
I think she was just relying on the fact that her and Jordan had a relationship and she didn't have to talk to him. But Jordan's like, I don't really got to protect you because you over there canoodling with Kyborg. You know what I'm saying? I don't got to. You feel me? I don't really have to save you. I can go back to my ex and save her if I need to because she's a strong player. I'm not incentivized to help you.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
Humbly.
So let's see. It was the deliberation next, or this was this was after?
I believe Naya had that conversation with him after the deliberation.
After the deliberation.
Yeah.
The deliberation, I didn't really have too much to say about it. It was the decision ultimately. Who do y'all say the decision falls on in this instance?
They say in these eliminations, if it comes to a tie, the man ultimately has
the opposite sex,
the final say. But I also felt like this deliberation wasn't that exciting because we seen Michelle go to Kylan and say, like, listen, I know the predicament that you're in. I'm not going to fight you. Like, you got to do what you got to do. So essentially that was Michelle saying, like, I know she's probably going to want to go against me over Olivia because I'm smaller. I don't take it personal. You got to do what you got to do. So, and I respect that with Michelle because we've seen multiple times in this same position, people will start bringing up their family. People will be all these other reasons. People will like use everything in the power for it not to get them. So I definitely have to tip my hat to Michelle for like standing up and saying, I understand what you got to do, big dog, and I respect and love you, and it ain't no beef.
So did Olivia kind of know going in that it was going to be Michelle? So is that why she really wasn't talking in the deliberation? No? Okay.
And they're also the lady of leisure. So you think that they're going to go in there and like, you know what I'm like? I think that they already had an understanding.
Okay.
Which is why Jenny going in there talking her talk and it ain't got nothing to do with you. You making the decisions is why Michelle popped off. And say what you want about Michelle, but Michelle's going to speak up for herself in any situation. And one of the reasons why I love Michelle, because it's like, she won't say what needs to be said in that moment. Because if I were there, I probably would have just rolled my eyes and be like, this.
Brice, you don't got that in you. Pause.
Yeah.
Brice, you don't have the ability to not say how you're feeling. Okay.
I absolutely do.
No. If you're there, you're popping off.
So we can get to the challenge because
the elimination rule, they called it fortification.
Fortification, but ooh,
this was a doozy. This was crazy.
For me, what was the most? Well, again, there are these 40 crates chained together. There were a certain amount of locks on there. There were a puzzle or a math problem on the side that you would have to do to open the locks. The locks were connected to the chain. Then you had to move 40 of the boxes over to the other side to be the winner.
Yes. And Michelle gets off to what looks like a good start.
Blazing start out the gates.
She's doing her math. She's unchaining. She's walking boxes over. And it's like Naya is over there killing a little bit.
On her Corey. She was on her Corey.
Hey.
I mean, but granted, I don't know, like, under that much pressure, how good at math I would be.
I'm with you. I'm good at math, but like
I'm very good at math, but like cameras, and then like you might go home, it's like like, you know what I mean? you could short circuit real quick.
I saw there was like a Challenge USA episode a few years ago, and they were scaling a building, and while they were going down, they had to do math equations.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, yo, I'm good at math, but under that type of duress, I don't know if my math will be mathing at all.
Bro, I was just in PT on Friday and doing like little light drills, and while I have to hit the lights, in between hitting lights, they were like, all right, name the starting lineup for the Eagles. I know the starting lineup for the Eagles, but while you're doing stuff, it's so hard to like remember easy things that you would normally know. So
for me, the thing would have been the most difficult if I were Nia is the people that are supporting you. And bless Kylan's heart, but Kylan yelling to her, if it's not right, check your math again, Nia. Well, what do you think I'm doing, Kylan? I mean, what do you think I'm doing?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think y'all would go for the knock all the math out? That way you could take your time with the thing, or would you get one and then do that level of creates and then come back and do the next?
I think I would do all the math first, even though watching Michelle do math and then run, when you start to think about a strategy like that, it's like, all right, while you're running, you're giving your brain a break from the math. Right. And while you're mathing, you're giving your body a break from the run. So I think that actually makes sense. But I think I'd be the type of person that would try to stay locked in on math, get them all. So then when it comes to moving, I'm sprinting all the crates. But that'll obviously get me winded.
Brice?
Depending on how easy I get the first problem would then, project how I would do it. Because if I'm struggling on the first one and then I get it, I'm probably going to stay there to try to do the second one because my brain is going to be locked in. But if with minimal ease or minimal issues, I can get the first one done, or if I'm having difficulties, then I get the first one done, then I'm definitely going to start moving as many boxes as I can. Because also I feel like it's the mental thing. I think that when I realized what Nia was doing, I was like, okay, maybe this isn't that bad, right? Like, because she's a beast, she can do it. However, you also have to think when you're in that, like you said, the challenge, the lights, your man talk about check your math. And then you see Michelle over there with 20 boxes, right? Like, that's going to add this pressure of like, ooh, yeah. And I already feel like I'm dyslexic. I'll see a word and my brain will say something else. The way the numbers would turn into letters and I would think that I'm supposed to spell something, that's a lot of pressure.
I think you have to be somebody that can be fluid with the strategy. You know what I'm saying? You might have to be able to go with the flow. So like if the first one was difficult and you're moving boxes, cool, you can move on to the next one. But if you see the other person catching up, you might have to change your strategy up, be like, all right, let me finish these math problems. That way I can take my time, depending on if they can finish their math problems or not.
Question for you, Joey, right? So we see what happens. Michelle ultimately wins. Nia has like 20 more boxes and they're friends. They're in the Lady of Leisure Alliance. They don't really want to go against each other. The moment where Michelle had her last box and Nia still had 14 and Nia's like, go get it, girl, like you got it. What's your thoughts on saying that moment if Nia was like, you got it, girl, and helped Michelle put the last box on top of the crate and was like, you got it, girl. Like, what do you think of that? Like, if something like that were to happen,
like to physically help her,
like if towards the end, Nia had like
to physically help her,
but Nia had like 9 more boxes. Michelle only had 1. They friends, they working together. Like, damn, my friend is taking me out, but you know what? Let me show that's my sis. Let me help with the last box. What do you say to that?
No, my sis, or bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever context you're looking at it. But I don't think she should help her. You know what I mean? Like you can cheer it on. Like if you know you're about to lose, hats off, but I'm not about to walk over there and help you lift that up. Yeah. If you can't get it, if I see you're struggling getting up, I'm about to hustle and get the rest of these boxes.
But you're not about to get 9 more boxes in that time, though.
Well, Brice, I'm not going to quit. You could be my friend all you want. I'm not going to quit and then go help you with your last box. No, right. You're going to deliver this death blow to me. Cool, I understand. Right. But I'm going to go out fighting. And then once we're off of this, I'll give you a hug.
Right.
That's it. I'll give you a hug and say, "Yo, go kill it."
But that is going out fighting. Like, it's not like she gave up because did she put another? I mean, I understand what y'all saying, but there is a world. If I'm going against one of y'all and it's like that, and like, you know, my brother just killed me, like, I'm gonna help my brother put the nail in my coffin and be like, go ahead, kill it. Like, I don't know. That's
Michelle kind of struggled to get that last one up there. She could have almost hurt us. Like, if she would have the box would have fell, you would have seen Nia run back over to her boxes and start hustling boxes over to the pile.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Well,
was curious.
Hatch, how do you feel about your girl getting sent home?
It hurt, but it was time. I feel like there was nothing that anybody could have done in that situation because all three of them were targets. Johnny was brilliant in choosing them for that, so he's just trying to dwindle them as much as possible. So did it hurt to see her go home? Absolutely, but we'll see her again.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it.
She's good. She's good for the show.
Great for the show. I'm a big fan.
Michelle comes back.
Mm-hmm.
She now can pick targets, and she
chose. These are some big dogs she throwing. Jordan, Bananas, and Nehemiah.
Now, but similarly to how you feel about Jenny, Nehemiah can't catch a break. Nehemiah is stay getting hit with the strays. That's like, and I understand why she did it. Olivia's with Theo. There's Josh. There's Derek. Like,
she explained it. She said she was like, "Look, it's just like it's either I like you or you're attached or you're not," and that's where we're at in the game right now.
But it just has to suck for Nehemiah because, like, that's every reason as to why he got in for every time he's been in. But yeah, a big dog is going to go home next week. That's
maybe, because who knows if
well,
one
that
of them
is true. You are right.
Right.
Because one of them, they could kill it. You're absolutely right. I almost kind of want to see that happen a little bit because I would love for none of the targets to go home because that would shake the game up.
If one of the targets wins and then somebody that's not a target loses, they have to choose somebody, and then whoever lost that's not a target goes up against the target and the target wins, then everybody stays. So that's what I'm
saying. Like, that would shake the game up.
Yeah. Would. I was telling Brice this might be the season where Josh makes it to the finale.
Well, we see in the is this the halfway point where they do the mini final, or is that usually like 3/4 of the way through?
No, this is towards the end. We're getting towards the end. So, and they said it's going to be a purge.
Yeah. So, how many people usually go home during the purge?
You might send home 2 men and 2 women.
Wow. Yeah. So, like, if you lose in the mini final, you're automatically going home, and then the second to last person might have to go into elimination type of thing.
Something like that. Yeah. Or it might be one of the mini finals where you got to make it so far. Like, if you don't make it through something in the challenge, then you out.
Yeah.
Or if you get to a certain phase in the challenge and you're the bottom 2, y'all 2 have to battle it out, and the loser's out, and y'all keep going now.
We've seen that in a final before, haven't we?
Yeah.
So 2 at the bottom.
Okay, Brice.
I'm trying to keep up.
Okay.
You are wild, bro.
So I can't ask questions. Like, I'm starting to feel targeted here. Like, you just said in a mini finale, 2 at the bottom. Did you not?
Received. Any other hot takes?
Well, what was going on? Did somebody post on social media saying they was quitting the challenge?
I didn't see anything on. You talking about on the page, the T page?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see anything.
Okay, challenge T. Michelle announced that she quit reality TV, but many fans speculate that she's trolling. So,
can you see a world where Michelle quits reality TV?
And was this before the episode?
So Brice, this is what I saw when I was like, Brice, I see something that I think is a spoiler, because I thought that meant that Michelle is going down and Michelle is losing. And now, But yeah, I think this is just her post said this. Oh, her post it's like a beautiful breakfast meal, right? And her caption on it, it's not a post, it's like a story. It just says, "I've quit reality TV to follow my passion as a food photographer."
Right. I don't mean that.
Welcome MTV Challenge Insider, eat your heart out. So yeah, I think that's just her trolling.
She's trolling.
Because also, first of all, Michelle's a beast, and she's young, and she's like great at this stuff, and she's great at numerous games, and her talents can translate to any of these games, whether it's the challenge, Survivor, go to the traders and smoke them. She'd do great at any of these shows. So, Michelle,
I mean, you gotta be strong, right? Those crates didn't look like they were light.
Michelle's strong. Yeah.
Who was it that was saying, like, was it Rachel or Viv, like talking about, if I hear her say one more time that she's weak, I'm just gonna smack her because like
that was Cara.
Oh, Cara, right.
Yeah.
That's you're not weak, Michelle. Shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? You're a strong woman. So
your words have power. Sometimes we always self-doubt ourselves. And so it's like, you can speak things into existence positively and negatively. So, that's a reminder to anybody that's listening or watching. Your words have power and you can do it and you will do it. And we don't speak that negative stuff around here because you are special and important.
Preach.
Bye.
Well, guys, this was a great episode. Brice, I hope you make it out of New Orleans because we got another less than 24 hours here, but tonight is supposed to be, Owen and Sammy's wedding. So, and Davey's coming to town, and yeah, it's gonna be.
Is he wearing the cape?
He's flying to town on his cape.
Okay.
Davey actually has to wear a cape to the suit, and if he doesn't, I'm not going to talk to him because he should absolutely have a cape on his suit.
He should.
He absolutely should. Well, this is so exciting. I can't wait for next week's episode to see what happens in the purge.
And the merge. Go say merge.
I was going to say merge, but it's not a merge. It's a purge.
Right. It's going to be a great episode, and we will see y'all next week for the challenge breakdown. Down.
Peace.
It's not a merge, it's a purge.
It's a merge and a purge.
Ooh, it's the Purple Pants Podcast. You better listen in public, might make your stomach hurt. Ooh, it's the Purple Pants Podcast. You're trying to unwind, you better get that box wine. It's the Purple Pants Podcast. You're trying to get your snack, you better hurry right back though. It's the Purple Pants. It's the